In the top stories, Awali Rhythms Steel Orchestra named Culturama 50 Panorama champs. Bahamas minister promises a minimum wage increase soon. And overcrowding and sanitation failures in Gaza drive surge in skin disease. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. I'm Scotty Sia Hendrickson. Nationally, Awali Rhythms Steel Orchestra secured the top spot in the Culturama 50 Bani Panorama contest held on Monday, July 29th. Performing the winning song, A Piece of the Road by Speedy, they delivered a thrilling and entertaining performance utilizing props like road caution signs, an actual piece of asphalt, and caution tape. The other performers were the Nevis Community Development Steel Orchestra and the Gifted Youths Steel Orchestra. The competition took place at the NECAC's Cultural Complex and featured guest performances by Sugar City Steel Orchestra, Pandora's Steel Orchestra, and Paradise Youth Steel Orchestra. On the sidelines of the 47th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, or CARICOM, in St. George's, Grenada, Deputy Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Handley, engaged in discussion with Austria's ambassador to CARICOM, His Excellency Gerard Dujak. The meeting focused on a range of critical issues, including housing, renewable energy, and capacity building. Ambassador Dujak reaffirmed Austria's unwavering commitment to CARICOM and its member states. He expressed Austria's concern about the limited number of Caribbean states with embassies in Vienna and emphasized Austria's desire to strengthen cooperation both multilaterally and bilaterally. Deputy Prime Minister Hanley expressed his gratitude for the opportunity to meet with Ambassador Dujak and for the strong levels of cooperation between St. Kitts and Nevis and Austria. He highlighted the benefits of scholarships provided by Austria, but emphasized the need to seize further opportunities as the government aims to transform St. Kitts and Nevis into the first sustainable island state. Dr. Hanley underscored the necessity of capacity building to develop skills in areas of sustainability. He inquired about sustainable housing materials to support the development of climate-resilient housing and sought assistance in capacity building for speech therapy and occupational therapy to address the needs of persons living with disabilities. This engagement, Dr. Hanley said, signifies a step forward in enhancing bilateral relations and cooperation between St. Kitts and Nevis and Austria, paving the way for more significant developments in housing, renewable energy, and capacity building in the region. The St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association, or SKNRA, closed the curtains on their Robo Mindset 2.0 Robotics and Coding Summer Camp with a ceremony held at the AFA Conference Room on Friday, July 26th. For 3 weeks, the campers were exposed to robotics and coding, where they were tasked in building and programming the robots. These sessions were guided by the 2023 First Global Robotics Olympic team. During the closing ceremony, SKNRA's financial director, Ajan Bristol, commended the campers for their participation during the camp.
To our remarkable campers, you have been the heart and soul of this summer camp. Your enthusiasm, determination have been truly inspiring. Each of you has tackled complex challenges, collaborated with peers, and demonstrated a remarkable spirit of innovation. Whether it was programming your robots to navigate intricate courses, designing unique solutions to real-world problems, or simply brainstorming ideas that push the boundaries of technology, you have showcased the boundless potential of young minds when given the right tools and opportunities.
The campers were broken up into 8 groups where they built a robot surrounding the theme of the camp, energy efficiency, using robotics to ensure access to clean and affordable energy. During the awards ceremony segment of the ceremony, each camper received a medal for their participation, followed by special awards given for categories such as RoboMaster Excellence Award and Design Maverick Award. We'll have more information on this story in our 7 p.m. newscast. In regional news, the Davis administration in the Bahamas wants to increase the minimum wage once again soon, Labor Minister Pia Glover-Rolls said on Monday. She did not give a timeline for when a decision would be made, but said talks are ongoing. She said officials had discussed the matter with a senior economics wage specialist at the International Labor Organization. Glover-Rolls said union leaders would be included in discussions. The Davis administration increased the minimum wage from $210 to $260 in January 2023. That was the second increase since the Ingram administration introduced the minimum wage in 2001 at $150 per week. Some workers said the increase did not go far enough given rising food and electricity costs. Implementation of minimum wage increase requires the consideration of the various practical details, knowing that there are economic realities that inform and limit the increase, Mrs. Glover-Rolls said during a labor legislation symposium. She said the government must do its due diligence before introducing a livable wage, saying this will require a phase and balance approach. Opponents and supporters of the Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro planned to rally today as protests and clashes spread after a weekend election was awarded to the long-ruling socialist despite opposition claims of a landslide victory. Renewed instability in the South American oil producer brought divided international reactions. The United States said Maduro's re-election had no credibility and was mulling more sanctions, while China and Russia congratulated him. Protests began after the election board declared yesterday that Maduro had won a third term with 51% of the votes to extend his Chavista movement quarter-century rule. The opposition, which considers the election body in the pocket of the dictatorial government, said the 73% of the vote tallies to which it has access showed its candidate, Edmundo Gonzalez, had more than twice as many votes as Maduro. In international news, Nasser Hospital in central Gaza is overwhelmed as a surge of patients arrive with severe skin conditions attributed to the dire living conditions exacerbated by ongoing conflict. The collapse of sanitation systems and overcrowding in makeshift tent camps have led to rampant outbreaks of lice, scabies, and other skin infections. Health officials report over 103,000 cases of lice and scabies and 65,000 cases of skin rashes. Additionally, there are over 1 million cases of acute respiratory infection and more than 500,000 cases of acute diarrhea among Gaza's 2.3 million residents. The extreme conditions include dirty water, lack of basic hygiene products, and adequate waste management. Many families displaced by conflict live in overcrowded tents near pools of sewage and garbage, further spreading infections. Efforts to manage the crisis are hampered by slow humanitarian aid delivery due to security concerns and lawlessness. The United Nations Development Program reports that solid waste management has collapsed, with informal dumping sites creating health hazards. Local healthcare facilities like Nasser Hospital are inundated with patients where even minor skin infections can escalate into serious conditions due to the passive, pervasive, dirty, and unsanitary conditions. The situation remains critical as the conflict continues to drive more people into already strained areas. Meanwhile, the Galapagos Islands are grappling with severe environmental challenges following the 2021 collapse of the Darwin's Arch, which underscored the region's vulnerability. The unique marine and terrestrial ecosystem under pressure from rising ocean temperatures and invasive species. Warming waters are disrupting local wildlife, including marine iguanas, which struggle to find their preferred algae, and sea turtles, which face difficulties in nesting. Recent ocean temperature records highlight the broader impact of climate change exacerbated by El Niño events. Invasive species such as feral cats, dogs, and pigs threaten native wildlife, including the endangered giant tortoises. Additionally, microplastics have been detected in local marine life, compounding the island's environmental issues. Conservation efforts are on the way to address these challenges, focusing on protecting native species and managing invasive threats. Despite these efforts, the Galapagos continue to face significant risks, requiring ongoing vigilance and action. And now for the weather. Present weather is partly cloudy skies. Winds are a moderate breeze of 13 miles per hour from the east-northeast. Temperature is 31 degrees Celsius or 87 degrees Fahrenheit. Seas are 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. The weather forecast for today predicts partly sunny skies initially, with gradual increase in cloudiness and a 60% or moderate chance of showers, mainly after midday. Tonight will be partly cloudy to cloudy skies with periods of showers later tonight into tomorrow, some of which could be moderate to locally heavy at times, accompanied by thunderstorms. Sunset today will be at 6:45 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:50 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Scotticia Hendrickson.